Hi, I'm Buddy Biancalana, co-founder of PM Sports Zone Training and co-author of the 7 Secrets of World-Class Athletes. Today we're going to be conducting some research. We've got a golfer hooked up to some sensors that will measure brainwave patterns. Initially he will putt on his own, followed by my introduction of some drills and concepts, and then we'll measure the difference in brainwave patterns.
My name is Dr. Fred Travis. We're here today with Bill Korrick. I'm head of the Center of Brain, Consciousness, and Cognition. What I do is study how the brain functions in top-performing people. That's why Bill has this interesting hat on. These wires coming from there are actually recording what his brain is doing when he's thinking, when he's acting. What we found in top-level performers, these are athletes who have won Olympic Games, National Games, World Games, we find that their brain functions differently than those that do not consistently place. It's a specific pattern where the frontal areas of the brain, the executive centers, just allow the whole motor system to do what they've learned to do. So we're going to be looking today at Bill's brain while he's putting.
So we just finished up with Bill Korrick on the green. We introduced him to drills and concepts that we use in our zone training program. And Bill, sometimes you're doing the drill correctly, sometimes you weren't quite doing it correctly. Could you tell us how you felt when you were doing the drill correctly?
When I was doing the drill correctly, I felt freedom in my swing. It was no thoughts, kind of a blocking out of everything else, and really a focus on the task at hand.
And now we're going to have our next golfer, Will Cortade, who will be putting from 5, 10, and 15 feet without our techniques. So now we'll introduce some drills and concepts to our golfer, Will, and he'll utilize them while he's putting.
When I did the drill, as compared to just warming up, I noticed that my stroke felt a lot straighter, more fluid. When I was warming up, I was missing a lot more putts, and you know, the main another big thing I noticed when doing the drill, my hands felt a lot easier, which allows you to, you know, when your hands are tight, you can't get a very good stroke. So the easy hands really help a lot, I think, with the straight, fluid stroke.
So after recording the data on the golf course, here we are now at the brain center, and we've analyzed the brain waves. And what we found is a very clear signature, and that is their mind is engaged in some task, and we see this by left hemisphere high-frequency coherence is much higher. And at the same time, we see that there's more top-down inner focus. And we see this in terms of the theta frequency being coherent completely over the scalp, front to back. And what this is suggesting is what they're doing is allowing them to be more inner-oriented, more inner-directed during the task. When I saw this pattern in the EEG, I was really quite surprised. I hadn't thought that there'd be such a clear relationship between what they were doing and the end result. The effect of these findings is to open up the inner game of sports. The mental game is really what distinguishes the top performer from the person who doesn't reach the top. I think it's Yogi Berra who says that 90% of baseball is mental and the other half is physical. It's really bringing out that physical training is fairly standard, it's across the board. What really distinguishes the person who can successfully compete, especially under high pressure, is the mental game. And what this research is showing is that there's a new angle now, a new angle to help develop the mental game of any sport, of any athlete, and probably in other arenas as well, music, business.